Hello, everybody. We're gonna get introductions like super quickly out of the way, just so that we can go straight into things. Hello, my name is ChibiWisdom. You can find me at ChibiWisdom over on Twitter. I do a whole bunch of like art and stuff like that, and I'm also the DM for this campaign, which is a series of one-shots at the current moment. But we'll get to that later.
Hey everyone, my name is Luis Vasquez. You can follow me on Twitter at Luis Vasquez Music. I'm basically playing Neil Burrow here, and any extra music that's not, I always forget the name of the other guy. That's me. I mostly make the music for the whole channel for Phantasma. So yeah.
And then someone who you guys won't be hearing from, but is actually here right now, is Battery Batty, who does a whole bunch of art. His commissions are currently open, so go poke those. He does Fey Anarchy, and he is one of the big talents on this channel. You're probably familiar with him if you watch Bugs X Bones. And today we have something special for you. This series of one-shots is all to lead into the initial campaign if things go well. And I have a opening narration. Oh, right. I have the thing I need to say before any of the opening narration. While this does take place in the UC timeline of the Gundam series, there is a whole lot missing in the UC timeline. So a whole bunch of like stuff has been made up, has been filled in, and a bunch of stuff is basically just a bunch of fanon has been thrown in for the whole purpose of just being entertaining, and giving a bit more nuance to the world of UC Gundam. So if you're not into that, I'm sorry. And if I get something wrong, which I probably will, go ahead and put it in the comments. That's my spiel. And now for the next spiel after that. The year is 0087 Universal Century. With Zeon and Tatters and the Earth Federation giving power to the Titans' fleet, it was only a matter of time that they would soon rebel. Those of the original Titans, once loyal to the Federation, now find themselves either with the AEUG or in the clutches of the remnants of Zeon. Our camera finds itself opening up on the vast expanse that is space. And very quickly, a large vessel decorated in reds and grays with a very prominent Zeon symbol blazoned onto the front enters into view. We fade into that ship where we see a individual who has been tireless today, working practically to the bone, but not in a difficult fashion, or it's a fashion that this individual seems used to. Luis, could you please describe Neil for everyone?
Neil is a 30-year-old, kind of long, medium to longish hair. He has like a chin beard, and he has the looks of someone that has seen way too much and too tired to care. But yeah, he has a bit of whites around in his hair, because again, he has seen way too much shit.
At the current moment, you are working on a couple of the machines that are around in the hangar bay. None of the mobile suits at the current moment. There's a fairly decent decoration of mobile suits that are active in the hangar bay, but not enough that would be comfortable. There seems to be about 3. 2 of which you are very familiar with, and one of them you've only seen. No one's touched it ever since you've been on board. That being the Dovin Wolf, which you have been very familiar with at this point, and a Zaku 3, one of the newer mobile suits that is available here. But at the current moment, you're working on just a forklift. Nothing too fancy. The third mobile suit that no one has touched, of course, being what is known as a Sturmjäger. At least that's what everyone's called it. You've never seen this before? Even back in your previous service, you've never heard of this thing? You've never seen it on the battlefield? If anything, it just looks like a slowly rusting piece of junk. But looks can be deceptive. I think you know that. As you're busy working away, though, you do hear a voice kind of moving up behind you, a bit struggling with some kind of weight. You see this man behind you carrying a large box of what looks like scrap metal and tools. You have known this individual for some time, knowing by the name of Durandal Guy. I got the parts you wanted. Where do you want them?
Just put them next to me. It doesn't matter.
Okay. He puts them down before stretching his back out. Oh! How do you deal with that stuff?
Yeah, you get used to it.
This individual, Durandal Guy, you would know to be your assistant engineer. While he has been on this ship longer than you, your skill far outweighs him. He doesn't seem to mind that, really. So, are we just about done?
It shouldn't take me long.
You figure out what's wrong with it?
Do I have figured what is wrong with this?
Give me a very quick intelligence check.
And I start rolling crap, of course.
I guess you should have rolled mechanics tools, so just add +2 to that. So that's what
13.
13. From what you can tell, it, for whatever reason, depressurized the pressure within the forklift. The canisters, or the I guess actuators that would keep the pressure to keep them up, just broke. So it's as simple as just replacing like 2 or 3 parts.
Yeah, it's the actuators. I can just change them over and it will be perfectly fine.
Wonder what would do something like that. I mean, normally, like, it would take a lot of pressure to break something like that, right?
Usually.
I wonder if the mobile suits decide to sit on it or something. I don't know.
Someone drops some, but does it look like it's damaged on the top?
There are scuff marks, and dents. Nothing that would insinuate like a mobile suit grabbing it or moving it, but dents nonetheless.
I mean, who knows? Doesn't look like something heavy hit on it. Or they tried to lift something they should have lifted with it and then, gave out.
That sounds possible.
I mean, these guys don't know the limits of the freaking machines, because god damn it.
Well, that's why we keep you around, right? You're the only one who does know the limits.
I mean, you would figure that at this point they should know. It's not like I haven't told them like 1,000 times.
Why do they need to learn if you're still around?
Because I'm not gonna be here forever.
Yeah. Might as well enjoy it while it lasts, though, right?
Shut up.
Well, let's get this finished up and then, I don't know, early lunch?
Nah, so yeah. Actually checks out. Anyways, you heard something about that new machine over there? I haven't seen anything like that.
That rust bucket over there? Apparently not a whole lot of them were made or something like that. I don't know. It's different, that's for sure. Apparently, and this is just from word of mouth, that thing is fast. Like real fast.
Okay, that's what everyone says about new units and blah blah blah, and jargon.
This one's a little different. Apparently, and this is just what I've heard, that thing over there that is slowly rusting away has enough fuel in it and enough thrust in that thing that it can exit orbit on its own. No assistance needed.
Wait, you gotta be kidding me.
That's just what I heard. Also, apparently, it's got the maneuverability of like a jet fighter. You know, one of those old school, like super fast jet fighters?
The thing that I've always been saying that we should go back to because they're better than mobile suits.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently. No, apparently that thing is just as maneuverable and faster than one, I guess. Enough for us to take you out of orbit. It has to be faster, right?
Yeah. I wonder how it does it.
You see those like big tube-like arms that it's got? It probably is just storing a whole lot of fuel in there.
I mean, I do see muscles on the front. It wouldn't be a good idea to put like fuel behind your guns in the exposed part.
You want to take a look at it?
You know I want to take a look at it. I just been waiting for someone to let me. Because, even though I have the trust of people here, I don't want to overstep.
He looks to his left. He looks to his right. I don't see anyone in the hangar right now.
We're gonna get in so much trouble. Let me get out of here.
If anyone is gonna be around, it's gonna be Nicole when she likes you.
I mean, to be fair, just looking at that, why is it even here? Because this is more like a museum piece. It's old.
Who knows? I mean, it's a little after the 1 year, but yeah.
Well, you know how technology has advanced. That's kind of old.
It's a little outdated now. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Also, how is it even rusting at this point? Did it drop it in the sea or something?
It probably did. That would explain a couple things.
I'm not gonna lie, I have the weird urge to pick it apart and trying to fix it and make it into something usable.
Might as well.
Not like I didn't do that back in my day. Oh god, I just sound like I know people already. God, I'm not that old.
You're only a little bit older than me.
Hey. Military does stuff to you.
Yeah. This thing can wait. Why don't we go crack that thing open?
If it even opens.
I have a theory. And I'm curious to see if it's true.
So, let's figure it out.
Let's see if they overclocked the reactor.
Post 1 year war? Probably.
But what kind of crazy shit did they do to this thing so that way it can exit Atmo?
And where did they put the fuel tanks? Unless it's some other propulsion technologies. I know a fuel that's not conventional fuel, but only works in atmosphere. So probably that can take you a long way, and then you get out with normal thrust, or does it even do that?
Well, that might explain why there's not a bunch of them. Price tag.
Oh, you're just looking at this. Can I deduce that this thing transforms?
I would ask for. Let me look at your sheet. Just a general. Give me an investigation or Arcana.
Oh, Arcana.
Yeah, this you can easily tell. Despite the fact that this thing is rusting, this is oddly enough one of the newer. This is oddly enough newer than the Dovin Wolf that you've put together and fixed up countless times. And yes, it does very clearly transform. It's crude, but it's effective.
Okay, first things first. Do you see the joints in the arms and the shoulders?
Yeah, what's up with those?
This thing 100% transforms.
Why?
I mean, if you want to be as maneuverable as a jet fighter, and you want to escape freaking gravity, you're gonna need to be aerodynamic. If you're not aerodynamic, then just the pressure of you going through the air is gonna stop you.
How fast do you think it transforms? Is it like a...
This is early transformable tech. You know that good transformable tech didn't happen till around the Grips conflict. Before that, it's pretty rough.
So it transforms without a core booster?
That's a good question. Well, this is Xeon tech, isn't it?
In points towards like the head, like as if insinuating the mono eye.
Well, you don't know what I mean. Anyways, they didn't use core fighters. That was a Federation thing. So this probably has like an earlier version of the Gaplant transformation thing. Now that I even say it, does the head look like a Gaplant?
Maybe it uses refurbished parts?
Maybe this. Now that it.
Okay, now I need to really look at the inside.
Yeah,
of this thing.
yeah, because this thing looks like a prototype Gunplan, if you ask me. Now I think of it, because everything is a Gunplan but exaggerated.
He's like immediately grabbing the toolbox and he's just walking over to it. No care whatsoever. Getting over to the Sturmjäger, get up on top of it, and opening up the cockpit. You are either surprised or very not surprised that the interior, like at least the cockpit, does look remarkably similar to a Goplant, but it also looks like panels were added.
Oh. Is this thing newer? I need to boot out the computer for this thing.
Give it a shot. I don't think it's going to be moving anytime soon, but...
No, but I mean, at least if we can get computered up, electrical, try to have a status report on this thing? Maybe? Let me see. Where does this thing turn on? How can I find out to turn this on?
Give me either... Yeah, you can give me another Arcana check. 14. You're not super familiar with, like, the Gotland. You are familiar that it exists and you know how it functions, but you've never really been in the cockpit of one.
God, I need to get used to your cockpits, because for the living hell, why is everything in another place?
Everything's different for each unit.
Why?
Ask the designers, I don't know.
Oh, those guys are idiots. Standardization is the best way, because then if you need to use another freaking unit, you know how to freaking at least use it as a basis. And parts.
If we're working on the theory that this is part Gotland, or at least was a Gotland, then that would mean that the startup should be over here. And he presses a switch, and the whole panels light up.
Okay, next thing to do, label things.
There should be a manual for this thing. Actually, that's a good idea. Hold on. You futz around with some of those wires and shit, and I'm gonna see if I can get a Gotland manual and we can compare.
Sure.
I'm sure there's one around here somewhere.
Should.
He hops down. Is there anything you want to do while he's gone?
Trying to make the computer do a system status somehow.
Give me a mechanics tools check.
Oh, god damn it.
Going through the systems, it does look like it's trying to do what you want, but something is preventing it. Like, the information is coming across, but not hitting, like, some specific board.
What the hell's wrong with this freaking thing?
For a little bit, Durandal does come back, and he's holding, like, a thick, like, almost, like, 1,000-page book worth of, like, pages, all just for the Gotland. There is a lot here. Most of it, looking through this a little bit, has to do with the transformation sequence, oddly enough. I would imagine that something like that is really complicated.
Probably.
So, figure anything out yet?
Trying to do a system check, and I can't get past something.
Maybe some of the new panels are interfering with some of the main systems?
I don't even know. Does can you check the manual for, like, system checks and maintenance? Should be a section for that, right?
Yeah, he's like flipping through pages. I'm like, yeah, there's maintenance pages here. Some of them, some of these don't make any sense.
Oh, god damn it! How did you guys function?
We ignored half of it.
I can't lie that we did to do that. At least the manuals told you what you needed to do, but you know, we figured then better ways to do things.
So you're saying the diagnostics aren't coming through? Yeah, we might need to pop the main panel off and take a look at the insides. Could be a couple of faulty wires. I mean, could be water damage too.
Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, let's get to it. I mean, if they brought this here, they wanted it to work, and well, we're making it work. So
Pop open the panel with very little difficulty, as it seems like it's held together with like what at one point would have been 6 screws, at the current is 3.
typical. Screws getting loose.
Popping open the panel, it is a mess of wires directly underneath.
No, god damn it.
I
Did
would
someone
need...
do a rush job here?
You might be right that we're dealing with a prototype here.
At
Maybe
least
they wanted
some kind.
something to show off to the higher-ups and slap this thing together.
Maybe. I'm not sure what this is anymore. Because I say the gap plant, but doesn't this look newer than the gap plant?
Might be.
So I
Hard
might
to
be
tell.
wrong. I might be wrong.
I would
So,
need a Arcana check, but you will have advantage if you're having Dorendal's help.
I'm rolling like crap.
It's fine, because this is one shot, and that high DCs aren't really a thing right now. But as you're looking through the wiring and things like that, you do find a couple of wires that are completely either corroded or rusted, some like small batteries that no longer function. There's just a couple of... There's a lot of things that are broken that need repairing.
Ooh, that explains things. Oof.
They're relatively simple to fix. Cheap? No. Easy to fix? Yes.
Think we have the things to fix this? It's just mostly wires and batteries.
We should.
God, I hate those batteries. Why they keep using them?
Probably because they were around, actually. Now I think about
Yeah,
it.
but why do you need batteries on the circuit when you have a freaking reactor?
Because the reactor can't power everything.
Technically can.
He looks
If you-
over at the giant arms. Are you sure about that?
I mean, yeah, but not the small one. I mean, you don't need the small ones. You need the auxiliary ones, but you know. Also, the moment you don't need to power that many beam weapons, that power is just there available for you. It's just the...
Looking at it, I don't even think this thing uses beam weapons. Yeah. No, let's get this stuff set up, because I am very curious now.
Yep.
Futz around with some of the wires and put in a lot of the new parts. And as soon as you clunk the panel back together, the whole screen lights up and immediately is sending you the diagnostics that you had queried for.
And bingo.
The diagnostics do come up as the SuSHehgehog and not a Goplant. However, when directly comparing the Goplant's statistics to the SuSHehgehog, some things are similar. Such as like the entire transformation function is remarkably close. A couple of things are different, mostly involving the arms. The overall weight, of course, is very different, but that's obvious. It does appear that the core chassis of a Goplant was used for this, but reinforced.
Okay, so this is definitely an upgrade on the Galpont. Interesting.
And looking over the statistics, the average speed of this thing, or I suppose I should say the top speed that this particular mobile suit has, it does look like what occurred is that it did, in fact, reach speeds capable of breaking Atmo, but it didn't. And it, based off of like reports here, it might have crashed into the ocean. Maybe, and this is Dorendal saying this, maybe it was on like a reconnaissance mission or something?
I mean, probably. The thing, what I'm amazed about, this thing got to Earth. Somehow. And as far as I know, there aren't any Sion bases left in Earth. So this was very risky to drop an experimental mobile suit on Earth. Even if it wasn't a recon, even if this was just a test to see if it worked, that's risky.
Well, I can see why we would probably want to recover it, though.
Yeah, and now the other part that's even more surprising is how the hell did they recover it?
That sounds like a bunch of black lines that we're not allowed to see.
Yep. I mean, there's probably still maybe some holdups or submarines down there from when they were dropped in the 1 year war. Who knows?
You hear another voice coming from below, towards the feet of the mobile suit. Are you two done fucking with that old rust bucket?
No!
Dorendal kind of cranes his head over. You wouldn't understand, Nicole! It's a treasure! I can understand that it hasn't done anything for several missions. It's just sat there in the hangar.
Guess it wouldn't turn on.
What are you two doing anyway?
I'm gonna just peek over the cockpit.
And you see this lady.
So, hey, Nicole.
Yes, this is Nicole Kohler, the ace pilot on board, and she is the one responsible of the Dovin Wolf. Are you all busy?
Define busy.
Not. Are you busy playing, or are you busy doing actual work?
I mean, do you want something better than the Dovin Wolf?
There's nothing better than the Dovin Wolf.
Arguably.
What's so special about this thing anyways?
Apparently, it can escape atmosphere by its own power. Boosters alone.
I'm calling bullshit.
Well, I'm kind of calling it too, but apparently can't do it. Like, I'm checking here, and apparently technically didn't do it, but I can make it do it.
What kind of power is this thing rocking?
Bullshit power?
Looking at the schematics, it does look like the reactor is modified in some way. It looks like if this reactor got messed with even a little bit, it could go super critical. But it's very finely tuned, and enough has been done to it to give it the output. In addition, there is thrusters within the large, I guess you'd call them subarms, to create enough thrust to achieve the speeds that this thing is clocked.
I mean, to be completely fair, I want to see how fast this thing can go. Because, but to reach freaking exit from gravity and being as apparently maneuverable as a jet, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing can go. I'm gonna say Mach 4 in atmosphere.
Mach 4 and Atmo.
This doesn't seem like a Mach 3 thing. This totally seems like more than that.
What do you suppose it could do in space?
Probably close to 810G. I'm just guesstimating.
You see Nicole kind of look over at Damien and raise an eyebrow for a second. Damien just shrugs. All right, you know what? You willing to put your money on that?
I don't have any money left.
You want to make some money?
You know what? Let's go.
Because I don't think you can make that. But if you're saying you got it up and running, you do need to put it through its paces.
I mean, as everything that is experimental and what ifs.
Because a rust bucket is worthless if it can't do anything.
I mean, it's here, so I better make it do something, because if not, it's just taking up space. And you guys didn't make your suits freaking compatible with each other, so it's not even spare parts.
Blame the techies. It's not my fault.
Oh no, I'm totally blaming the techies.
Besides, there is enough going on right now that I don't think we can really worry about compatibility. But Doronel kind of looking over the specs a little bit. If what we're looking at is true, if we're talking about compatibility, this is just me spitballing here, we could probably take a lot of parts from the Goplant to replace its exterior armor.
Or there's a Goplant like laying around.
No, but I think we might be able to get one.
I mean, if we can get one.
They're relatively cheap as far as I'm aware, so...
I mean, we can maybe... I would say let's do a general check-in of this one. See what we need. Because we could get a, let's say, damaged Goplant that's missing parts that we don't need.
And that's a part for repairing this thing?
Yep.
Not a bad plan. But we need to put it through its paces first.
Yep. Oh no, you know me. I know this drill.
Yeah. You can see Durandal like get off the Sturmjäger and just kind of back away. It's all yours.
Of course it's all mine. Who else would do this?
We'll evac the location so that way you can get this thing through its paces. And hell, you want to do some space flights? See if it can actually go as fast as it says it can?
Yeah, after I'm done checking it. I don't want to die that early.
Oh, come on. There's nothing to worry about unless, of course, you hit an asteroid and it goes super critical.
I mean, I don't know if this thing can even move right now.
Only one way to find out.
Oh, god damn it. When was the last time I moved a freaking mobile suit and then a Xeon one too? Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, give me the manual.
He kind of like looks at the manual in his hand, looks all the way up to the cockpit. I'm sure you'll do fine.
Oh, God. I'm haunting you if I die.
That's company, and I'd appreciate it.
I sit down in the cockpit and go through Projects? I mean, question mark, because I really don't know the suit, so I don't know everything that needs to be pre-checked.
Give me an intelligence check.
Not 20. Holy crap! Finally.
When you look it all over, the scheme of this... The scheme of this dashboard is different than what you've managed with before, but if you look it over enough, you do realize a lot of the buttons and prompts and switches, while they are in different places, are similar to the Dovin Wolf. You've worked that thing enough to kind of know how that thing works in and out. So flipping through a couple of switches, getting everything started up, you're fairly confident when looking at the panel and seeing all lights are green that this thing might be able to move. It definitely doesn't look like it has any weapons loaded at the moment, but it works.
Fuel?
Enough for a test flight, but not a lot.
Okay. Can I find the external what's the name? The external speakers button?
Yes, that is easy enough to flip on.
Okay, apparently this thing is all green somehow.
Take it for a couple preliminary stretches.
Yeah.
I want to see if it can stand up on its own.
So how is it positioned right now? Is it like lying on its back, or is it like sitting down? It's
pretty much like sitting down, yeah.
Well, first things first, let's put it upright. Also closing the cockpit, because I haven't.
You close the cockpit and the display screens all light up. Which is comforting to know.
Yeah.
But you get it standing, and there's a bit of a pause where you can hear it like kind of like moaning under its weight for a second, but then all of the pistons fire up and it moves relatively seamlessly.
Oh boy, this hasn't been moving in a while. Okay, testing both arms, doing like normal swing turns forward and back, like slowly, and then putting it on a T-pose.
It doesn't seem like I can get a T-pose, be honest with you.
Because of the arm things?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not gonna achieve that, really.
Then
you can get about 45 degrees at best.
Then I guess one step forward.
It begins to move. It's definitely top heavy, we'll say that.
It's the other foot, I guess.
It begins moving.
Okay, so far this thing works kind of fine.
You ready for a test flight?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, do we have to call the captain? Something.
Something tells me he already knows. I mean, considering Nicole's here, he probably already knows. Nicole just kind of like crosses her arms and nods. He probably knows.
Okay.
We're gonna evac the area so that way you can get everything depressurized.
Sure. Catapult.
Yeah, we can set you up on a pult.
Let's see what this thing can do then.
We'll be monitoring your speed. Let's see if it can actually meet it. Or heck, let's even see if it can beat the sensors.
If it doesn't now, it will in a bit.
You can get set up on the catapult, and it's a little bit of time before the whole hangar is depressurized. And it's when you're sitting in the cockpit, was relatively warm. But as soon as the depressurization happens, you can feel the area around you get noticeably like a good 10-15 degrees colder.
I hope the freaking temperature thing on this thing works.
But everything seems to be nominal, everything is working, and eventually you can see the lights turn on to let everyone know that the doors are about to open. And eventually it slowly lowers itself. The platform gets set, and it's waiting for your green light.
Okay, then I get myself in the platform.
Mm-hmm.
I get the radio, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Flight control, you there?
Flight control here.
Let's okay. It's been a while.
Ready for launch?
Ready for launch.
All right. Firing. 3, 2, 1, go. And you get launched out of the ship.
I forgot about that.
In no time at all, you are out. Are you engaging thrusters?
Yeah, I'm trying to stabilize the flight for now.
Okay. You are moving, even at a stable pace, you are moving incredibly fast. You have seen Zaku's move, you've seen a lot of, like, GM's move before, and a lot of stuff from the Titans. This thing is faster than all of them.
Okay, this is let's try some maneuvers then. I'm gonna try and, like, not too hard, but try to do like strafing maneuvers, moving left and right on a swing pattern.
With minimal effort, it seems very capable of doing that. You do get a feel that it would be better at maneuvering in its transformed mode.
I guess that's the next thing to test. Transform. Clicky, bottom.
Messing around with the newer panels, which most likely might have something to do with that, or even some of the newer panels, as the Goplant was capable of transforming itself, though not like this. You do eventually get it into a transformed You do eventually get it into a transformed state. You can feel the metal around you like moan and like pop, but it doesn't seem like anything's broken.
Okay. Apparently this thing is working. I'll do the zigzag maneuvers again.
It is significantly more mobile.
Okay.
You would assume that in a standard transforming like the Goplant, where its maneuverability basically doubles upon transformation, this feels like its maneuverability goes up quadruply.
Then I'm gonna... This is a rapid maneuver that I'm gonna try. I'm gonna cut thrusters. Use the verniers to get like to 90 degrees on as fast as possible. And then just engage thrusters to, let's say, 80%.
Okay. With just thrusters alone, so what are you trying to achieve out of this?
I'm mostly testing the turning capability of vacuum, and then acceleration.
Okay.
Because I'm changing direction like rapidly, and then thrusting in another completely different direction.
I will ask for a Constitution save.
Oh god. 13?
What you were expecting was for a standard mobile suit for it to turn at a relatively quick but not too quick speed, as normally a mobile suit compensates for, pilot's own safety. This thing turns on a dime and it kind of rattles you around a little bit.
Oh god.
And it's upon activating the thrusters, it goes instantly. You can tell very quickly that this thing was designed primarily for orbit combat, which is odd. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't perform in space. If anything, it probably excels in space because of its original intention.
Just cutting thrusters, trying to put it in 180, and then slowly turn on the thrusters just to slow myself.
Mm-hmm. It is capable of doing that. It does seem to have a little bit of trouble. It kind of goes past the 180 a little bit, but then it corrects relatively quickly.
Mm-hmm. God, I need this thing. You need to be on point for this. Okay.
At this point, it's beginning to dawn on you the shortcomings of this mobile suit is that it probably has a lot going on for it, but because of that, it most likely requires a very skilled pilot to use it to its fullest potential. Because it would probably be in orbit, very easy to mess something up and have catastrophic results from it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, one more thing to test, I guess. Is there any debris or asteroids nearby?
The ship that you reside in has mostly laid dormant, hiding roughly within a debris belt. But exiting that debris belt, you know that there's relatively open space.
Yeah, I'm gonna head a bit outside. No, I'm not gonna push it or anything. And once I'm outside the debris, I'm gonna cut thrusters, stabilize a bit, point it in a direction that there's relatively nothing, and I'm turning it to 100% thrust.
Okay. And like a lightning bolt across the sky, boom, you go. I'm going to use you to make another con save. You lose yourself a little bit in this. If you are aware of G-forces and how those work in our reality, humans can only take so much before they black out.
Yeah, the moment I feel blacking out, I'm backing off the thrust.
Now, for the audience, what you don't see, because you're slowly starting to black out, is that very quickly the SuSHehgehog rushes past a large, looming Earth Federation ship.
Oh lord.
As soon as you are, you slow it down. Assuming stop. Try to stop.
Well, I turn back the throttle. Like, I still keep my speed, but the inertia is technically gone the moment there's no acceleration. I still zooming.
Yeah, you are being thrown.
Well, I didn't see the ship, so I'm just okay. That worked. Okay, I just need to turn myself around and slowly get back to the ship. I'm not pushing that again.
Looking in a distance, you can tell you moved far.
Oh boy. Oh god. I hope I can get back.
It doesn't seem like it would be too difficult to get back, but it is notable how quick you moved.
Oh god. Okay, pointing in the direction of the asteroid field, and I guess I'll go like 50% thrust or something like that.
The speed is definitely faster than any mobile suit you've been familiarized with. You would feel about maybe even going down to 40 is probably where the Dovin Wolf is at. So that's something.
God, this thing is ridiculous.
I'm
Oh, I will suspect Nicole's gonna want this one because, we have to figure out the weapons first.
As you're heading back, though, it's only now that out of the corner of your eye you do spot a large looming vessel that looks like it's turning towards you.
Fuck. $60%. Boom. No.
You are outpacing the ship in a easy and simple fashion. You are moving quickly. The ship doesn't seem able to keep up with you. As it does, you're getting a better look at it. It does look like it is a Federation frigate.
If I go just into the asteroid field, I'm gonna find them. God damn it. I'm gonna point away, like, from the asteroid field. I'm not gonna go directly to the asteroid field. Like,
Okay.
enough that if they are chasing me, they will be chasing me, and hopefully our ship can detect them and either get the hell out or do something. Anything?
I would request a deception check from you.
Deception from a mobile suit, great.
Yes.
15?
Not bad at all. It does look like you have the frigate chasing you more than them being wise to anything that you might be doing.
I can lose them, but
Or you could easily lose them. In fact, as you've been flying around, you're fairly confident you can maneuver around this frigate easily.
I'm gonna slow down and see if I can keep the current distance with them, and see if they launch mobile suits or anything.
You can see from the distance that you're at, noticeable. Like you can see the frigate on in the distance, but there is a decent enough gap that it doesn't look like they're willing to deploy any mobile suits yet. But they are approaching quickly.
Okay. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna like sit down and think for a second. What if I remember? What was the sensor range of those kind of ships, or anything close that I remember from back in my Federation?
Okay, give me an Arcana check at advantage.
God, 21.
You know that you are about halfway out of its like detection range. It seems like what they have seen of you is equivalent to seeing like a lightning bolt across the sky. It's like someone looking out a window going, "What the hell was that?" Follow it.
90 degrees up, 80% thrust. Let's try. I'm getting outside of the detection range.
You're trying to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that ship cannot do that fast of a turn 90 degrees.
No,
So
it cannot.
I'm like, bye. This is gonna put a toll on me.
Oh yeah. No, you can immediately. You are moving quickly and effectively. I'm going to need a con save. DC is lower, but you are putting this thing through its fucking paces and yourself.
And myself. Like fair for someone that's really not a pilot. Knows how to drive them, but it's not a pilot.
Is it 11? Okay. You're not blacking out. You can feel the G-forces. They are prominent. They are pushing you into your seat. But you move at an exceptional speed, and you get, from what you can theorize just by looking at it, giving a guesstimation, you are easily outside of the range. In fact, kind of overshooting it by a decent margin.
90 degrees towards, not necessarily, it's the same general direction. So we went 90 like away from directly away from the asteroid field, right?
Yes.
I did a 90-degree turn up and lost their sensor range.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm doing 90 degrees again, doing like a square, going back towards, like I'm gonna overshoot it like in a vertical way, but back to the
main ship.
To the main ship.
That is very easy to do, and as you're heading back to the main ship, you do see a couple of things to note as you're heading back. One of which is that the ship, which for the most part is laid dormant, just kind of sitting and hiding, it does look like it's on full alert. Like, engines been turned on, lights are all on, the battlements are now fully prepped and ready. You can tell from what you've known of the captain on this ship, one Isaac Masood, that he is not going to just let things go. He's not that type of guy.
But once I'm sure, if I'm heading already to the ship, I'll slow down because this thing is way too fast, and land.
Yep, landing on the bay.
Also, I'm transforming before landing because,
of course, you've been running with the fastest specs right now.
So I'm approaching slow because I'm not doing the capture thing.
Mm-hmm. But getting back into the docking bay, you do find that things are a bit out there. You can see that there are people running around. It does look like they are getting ready for the other mobile suits to deploy.
Can I get to the radio?
Yes.
Flight control. Get me the bridge.
Patching you in. You hear the voice of someone you've been relatively familiar with for some time now. The captain of the ship himself, Captain Masood. That was a good show you put on there, Neil.
Not the show I wanted to.
We don't ask for these kind of shows.
I try to get outside the sensor range and direct them in a totally different direction. I don't know if they're gonna come back.
Something has me on alert. I recognize that ship.
Oh God, don't tell me that we're actually looking for us.
It's called the Galatea. It's most likely looking for any Xeon remnants around, and it's planning on getting rid of them.
And I almost brought, almost, I don't know anymore, brought them to here.
It's alright. They were gonna find us inevitably anyways. Get out of that mobile suit and get yourself up to the brig.
Yes, sir.
This is gonna get tense. Clicks off.
Always does. Always does. I tried to park this thing as best as possible.
Oh yeah. It's not the best, but it works. But as you're passing by, heading all the way up to the brig, you do see the pilot of the Zachary 3 kind of moving by. Totally not batty. You know him by the name of Hassan Lockton. And while everyone else is running by, he seems very, very casual about things. He's not running, he's walking. Doesn't seem to be completely bothered by this situation, like at all.
Awfully chill you are there.
I measure my reservations.
You always do.
If I die, at least I know I'm dying for something.
Whatever you say. Keep moving.
Hey, Burrell. Despite any difficulties you might have had around here, you're one of us. He gives you a thumbs up.
Don't talk like you're gonna die, please.
That's a pretty big ship, I'm not gonna lie. He just keeps walking.
Yes, I'm getting to the brig.
As you get onto the brig, you can see, still poised in his chair, cigar in his mouth, you can see the captain staring at a monitor of observational data where you can see that the frigate, which did look like it got, confused by you for a bit, it does look like it is approaching the belt as if to inspect.
Yeah, great, that didn't work.
Doesn't know where we're at exactly, and that's all that matters. You saved us a couple of seconds.
I mean, we're in a kind of a good position for an ambush.
That's what I'm thinking. Mr. Burrell, how familiar are with the ship's systems?
I mean, been doing my work, my job around here, so kind of confident.
Good then. He slaps his hands on the chair and stands up and turns immediately to you. And then he takes off his hat and then puts it on your head.
Oh no, you're not doing this.
I am doing this.
Oh god damn it.
Take the helm. You're in charge.
You know very well I've never... god damn it. I'm not talking you out of this, right?
Nope.
Okay, sure.
Besides, I appreciate you fixing up my mobile suit.
It's not fixed yet.
It'll have to do.
Okay. Sits down.
Before anything, patch comms to the other frigate and see if we can get something going. Maybe we don't all have to die. Wishful thinking, but worth a shot.
We can hope.
I said patches through. One of the people who's kind of on the deck. Oh, right, sir. There is static for a brief moment as a ping is sent across. For eventually, you see this face appear on screen. This is Welch Gidon of the captain of the Galatea. To whom may I owe the displeasure? Isaac Masood, captain of the Persecutor. Captain from Xeon. And in full regalia, too. Have you come to bargain for your lives? No, I don't think I will. I'm gonna give you an option, sir. You can either let us all leave, and we'll all go on our merry way. No bloodshed needs to be spilled today. Or, we're gonna rip holes through your ship until there's nothing left. I'd like to see you try. All mobile suits, battle stations. And then the line gets cut off.
Yep.
Captain kind of digs his hands in his pocket and then looks at you. Can't say I didn't try.
You did give him a chance.
Well, good luck.
I just said. Okay, sit down in the chair, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, welcome to ship combat. At any point in time during ship combat, you have a collection of points, as opposed to how in normal D&D, where you have, things like actions, bonus actions, free actions, and the like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is an action, and certain actions cost more points to do. So, at the current moment, you have four cannons, your turrets. Which firing your turrets costs 2 points. I hope you're writing this down. Moving your ship one space is 1 point. I'm going to resize everything so it's a bit more consistent. Deploying your mobile suits costs 4 points. That's for one mobile suit.
Wait, deploy how much?
To deploy a single mobile suit costs 4 points.
Okay.
Evasive maneuvers costs 3 points. what this does will boost your ship's AC by 4. And did I forget to mention that as far as combat is considered, you only have 12 points.
Okay.
Try to keep down that volume. And that should be, at the current moment, everything. So I'm going to very quickly pull up an initiative tracker. I'm going to then give you control over this thing here. Can be controlled by one Neil Burrell. Shave. There you go. I'm going to put in some health here that you can use to keep track of. You have, for a ship like this, you have its AC is, and the blue thing will just have the points in there. So if you click on the token, you can see like the 3 circles that pop up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that has everything keeping track for you.
Okay.
And then I will keep track of the other one. So if you want to, using your sheet, roll me initiative, and then I can just add that.
Oh, it's added.
It added. Very nice.
Yeah, because I just clicked the token.
And then we will add turn. I'm going to roll Initiatavo. And he rolls like ass. Cool. So, starting action. What would you like to do?
So, have they noticed us?
I will permit you a surprise round, considering that they haven't fully noticed you guys yet.
Okay. How many mobile suits do we have?
You have 2.
I'm spending 8 points to launch both mobile suits.
Okay. You... Hold on. Need to actually do this right. Ah! All my tokens! You launch the Oven Wolf and the Zaku 3. Once they have been deployed, they can work independently, or you can give them orders. However, giving them orders does cost 1 point.
Okay. First things first. Ship-wide announcement.
Okay.
Attention crew, the captain has given me total control over the ship. This is Neil Burrow right now. Please follow my commands to the T, so we can get out of here in one piece. Yeah, please trust me in this. And turning it off. Contacting the both mobile suits.
Okay. What would you want them to do?
Like, let me. Where's this thing? So they are. I need the names.
I mean, the Dovin Wolf is Nicole. The Zaku 3 is Hassan.
Nicole Hassan. Get
Roger.
to the farthest edge of the asteroid field and try to launch and encircle the enemy. Try to not get spotted. We're gonna try to take them with minimal hassle.
Roger that.
If you see a shot and we don't have communications to the particles, take the shot. Go aim for the break.
Okay. We are going to move. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna keep the ship, trying to keep it between the asteroids and them, so they cannot pick up where we are.
Okay.
Like, technically using stealth, but I don't know if it even counts.
So you go into your turn there?
Yeah.
Okay. You end your turn, and you can see the mech bays opening up. And you see several GMs pour out. Move this over correctly. And that is, yeah, almost all his points. It will give directions to 3 out of the 4. And they are going to start moving this way. This way. This way. And this way. Alright.
Okay. Do the cannons only be fired once?
No.
So basically just until I have points.
Pretty much.
So, like, in an in-world sense, evasive, what basically entails evasive action?
Evasive maneuvers, it boosts your AC. It's like turning the ship at a specific angle so that way if you are fired upon, it won't do any critical damage.
Is this... Do I have a range for the cannons?
Your range, I will say, is probably around like 60. So it's just shy of your range.
Okay. We are gonna stay here. I want them to come to us. I have the cover of the asteroids.
Yeah, they don't know exactly where you are yet.
Yeah, to find me.
Okay. Now with full points. it is not going to give the GMs any orders. Instead, it is going to about face its cannons to the asteroid field. And it is going to try for a blind fire. It's not aiming at anything in particular. It's just trying to hit something. It's at disadvantage, so thank God it's at disadvantage because it's a 19 versus a nat 20. You can see that the asteroid field is just getting bombarded. There are a couple of moments where you're worried that it's going to hit Hassan or Nicole, but because it's just blind firing, it's not aiming at anything in particular, so long as they brace, they are relatively fine. However, most of your cover is now gone.
Oh, there goes that idea.
The GMs, now with no orders, are just going to start moving in a bit of a sporadic fashion. They are moving independently.
Oh, there was another there.
What would you like to do?
Oh, the cover's gone.
Not entirely gone. Yeah, you're almost completely visible, but it means that you can see your opponent now.
Seems to be here. How many spaces is that?
That
4.
is 4.
Okay, time for the show. Think. Yeah, I'm fine. That was 4 spaces. I'm shooting 4 times.
Okay.
That's all the points I have.
You're dumping all of your points into firing guns. All right. Roll me a d20 plus 4. That's not right.
Just 1?
You're shooting 4 times, are you not?
Yep.
Then keep rolling.
Okay, now we're talking.
Now we're talking. Just get your rolls through first. Okay. Are you aiming for the enemy ship?
Yes.
Okay. So 3 of those hit. Yeah, even with evasive maneuvers, they still hit, yeah. So for each one that hit, Luis, can I get you to roll me 2d6 plus 4?
2d6 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so whole total that is
18, 28, 20, 32.
32 damage. Okay. Okay. That's your turn.
Yeah, I have no points left.
Okay. That means that Nicole and Hassan are going to act independently. Think Hassan is going to start moving. He's going to go up and over. And he is going to engage the GM.
Mhm.
Ba 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 ba. He did not immediately roll well. He swings this large heat axe that he had been carrying towards the GM, but the GM swings its shield back almost reflexively when turning to him and blocks the axe as it sinks in, almost completely cutting the shield in half, with the exception of like a side. GM doesn't look particularly pleased by this predicament, but what's it gonna do? The Dovin Wolf, which is a lot more nimbler, is going to move in between, and it is going to fire a beam shot at this GM. Where's my dice roller? 16. That will hit. How much damage? 9 damage. The Dovin Wolf fires a blast at the GM and smashes up one of the shoulders. It looks like the shoulder is almost like melting after being hit by this beam weapon. Looking at these assailants you can see right now, Neil, you kind of recognize these mobile suits a little bit. These are GM Type Cs. The kind that would be used by the Titans. Food for thought. Anyways. The main ship now is going to spend 2 points to do evasive maneuvers. And it is going to then give directions to 2 GMs. He's going to have this GM move in and this GM move in. And they are not going to use beam weapon attacks. They are going to just lay in with covering fire. It does have advantage. The first one doesn't hit. Nor does the second one. Wow, these GMs suck.
As they do.
This GM is fighting for his life. He is going to pull out beam weaponry, though. Because he is a pussy. And that doesn't hit. This GM is going to move straight towards you, however. And it is going to fire a couple shots at you.
Okay. No.
That will do nothing to you. It's very clear that it hits the hull, but it just doesn't do anything. These weapons seem very weak. And then with the rest of its points, it is going to fire its main cannons, because while it's in your range, you're in its. Because of how these guns work, it will hit this GM if this does hit. Just an FYI.
Wow, these guys are a-holes.
Yes. Completely, yes. It's a shame it doesn't hit. Well, it has multiple attacks, so there's that.
Does it have points for it though?
It has points for one more attack. That will hit. But it also just means that this GM probably whatever damage is going to come its way is going to be enough to kill it. You will take 14 points of damage. As the ship is bombarded into the side by several rounds, as you can see kind of out the viewing window, that along with it, there is some GM parts, and you can see probably a corpse somewhere in there.
Well. Oof. Didn't want to get hit, but here we are. That was a stupid move on their part to get rid of one of them. Anyways, do I remember weaknesses in the DM Type C? Especially movement weaknesses that can be exploited by our two guys.
Give me a intelligence check.
24.
So the GM Type C, from what you remember, is essentially a souped up bog standard GM that is, its specs are comparable to a GM Sniper 2, but by all intents and purposes, it is just a normal old-ass GM. Meaning that its maneuverability is not particularly good, and it also means that its weaponry is not great. But they're cheap and effective.
Yeah.
If used in hordes.
Which they're not using. Alright. I'm using one command point to tell Nicole. Nicole, their weakness is their maneuverability. Exploit that. Keep those two occupied meanwhile.
Roger.
I'm gonna use another point for Hassan.
Okay. What do you want Hassan doing?
Hassan, their weakness is their maneuverability. Exploit that. The moment you get rid of that one, beeline it to their ship outside of our firing range and inside there, so they can't shoot you down and lay on them.
Sounds like fun. Okay, in which case, with that order, he is going to just go for a cleave. Oh, I didn't. What the hell? I didn't mean to do that. No.
It's not gonna roll. It's not gonna hit even if we tried.
Yeah, wasn't gonna hit even if he tried. I don't remember what the roll was. That's enough to hit.
Hey.
There's definitely enough to hit. And then we're gonna get into like the crazy damage that is like this big giant heat hawk.
Oof.
Yeah, this the heat hawk, after Hassan tosses the shield to the side, practically ripping it out of the GM's arm. It swings the axe down, almost cleaving the GM cleanly in two, but catching it a little bit on the side, enough so that way it slides itself off due to the heat melting it in pieces. Before Hassan then moves away relatively quickly before it explodes. Anything else you want to do?
Let me see. I'm gonna take evasive. No, I'm shooting 5 times.
Okay. Bang bang.
1,
That'll hit.
2,
That will not.
3,
No.
4, and 5.
Please. Actually, I'll roll the D100. I'm going to ask you high or low.
High.
Oh. But not too low. So the ones that hit, please roll the damage for me very quickly.
So that's 3. Yeah. 1, 2, and 3. That's 14.
26.
26.
Okay. It looks like you've done some significant damage. Not... FYI, it's at like below 50% HP.
I assumed.
Yeah. Interesting. However, for that nat 1, one of your turrets has either jammed or overheated. It is no longer functional. What that means for you mechanically is that until you can take a turn not using the cannons to get it repaired, or you can continue firing like normal. However, you will be rolling at a +3 instead of a +4. Then before I do anything, Nicole is going to try to get these GMs off of her by blasting them in the face. Nope. That's a success on that one. And she's basically guns akimboing, fires at one GM, misses completely as it blocks with the shield, but then as the other GM is about to, like, grab its beam saber, she, without even looking, pulls the gun up directly at this GM's face and is intending to finishing the job. 10. That is not enough to kill it, but it does blast the head off. Enemy's turn. I think what's going to happen here is it's going to use 2 points for evasive maneuvers, so it's going to bump up its AC. And seeing Hassan coming, it's going to actually fire at Hassan.
The local party go and trying to hit a mobile suit.
It's still gonna try. Those all miss. Every last fucking one of them. I'm mad. But these two GMs still exist, and they're not going to do nothing. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. The GM with no head is going to pull out its beam saber and it is going to try to swing at Nicole, but because it doesn't have any sensors, it's at disadvantage. 14. Or 13. So that will miss. But the other GM, well, it would be flat, but it would be 14, so it still misses. The other GM is going to pull out its beam saber, and it is going to go for a swing. This one does have its sensors. That'll hit. Definitely. Now, beam sabers are nasty, but they have a limited use. That's their thing. So the GM takes a slice out of Nicole. I'm going to say it's going to disable probably one of her arms. It does considerable damage. Neil, you get a radio signal from Nicole. And she does sound a bit under duress. I won't lie. She's going, Neil, can you read me?
I'm here.
If things go south, I need you to know something.
Oh, don't talk like you're dying right now.
I can't deny that this is looking pretty dicey. So just shut up and listen. And then Louise dies. That's funny. Look, Neil. Need you to know. Kinda like you.
Dog, this is not the time for this!
I know it's not! So just shut up and let me say it! Fine. You know what? I'm killing these GMs, and then the first thing that we're doing when I'm over with this is I am going to take you on a date, and that's just what's happening.
Okay, sure, but you have to come back then!
I'm planning on it.
Good!
So, before you do anything, I'm gonna have her take her turn. Because now she's motivated. That will not hit. And oh wait, she doesn't have another arm, so that nat 20 is pointless. But Hassan, who somehow avoided everything, with his orders, is going to move in. Yeah, it's time to fuck up this ship. Because that's just what he does. Or not.
God damn it. Come on, that's all.
He doesn't have multi-attack, so...
Oh, god damn it.
It's up to you, Captain.
God damn it, what you have to do sometimes. I am... Okay. Let's do it by steps. So, oh god, I should have written this. It's a d20 plus 4 to shoot? 3.
Yeah.
3.
It's 3 if you're taking penalty, yes.
Yeah, I'm taking the penalty. Shooting the mobile suit, the GM without the head.
Okay. That'll hit.
So now it's 2d4 plus 6. No.
But 2d6 plus 3.
Oh, 2d6 plus 3. Wait. That's a wrong color.
Slash R.
Yeah. 14.
Okay, yeah, you just fucking obliterate this GM. Bang.
Shooting the other one. Oh, where did their command?
That'll also hit.
$13.
I need to roll something very quickly. Well, actually, I need to. Let me check a sheet. This is important. This is actually important.
Okay.
Where is my stuff here?
Now I'm worried.
Okay. Yeah, I need to roll a D100 real quick. Because firing upon the GM with no head is a relatively easy shot because it's very clearly in view. The other one, however, there's a decent chance of splashback. Meaning that you could also do some damage to Nicole. But L. Well, that's not good.
Oh god.
Was it 13 damage?
Yeah.
That is enough to kill the GM. Nicole does look like critical.
Okay, so that's -4. Given using 1 point to orders, Nicole, get the hell back inside.
She already used her turn before you used your points.
Yeah, but that's still an order, I guess.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I'm actually shoot the ship.
Okay.
Also, what would be the cost for me to talk to the ship?
Just 1 point, I guess.
Okay, good. So I still have. So I still have 3 shots left. That's missing.
Should be at 3.
Oh well, yeah. So that's 22.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hitting once.
Only 1 hits. Ooh. That's the worst possible roll.
Yeah. And I'm using my last point to hail the ship.
You get a response.
You have no mobile suits left and you're in critical damage. Surrender now and at least live for another day.
That is what you would like to think.
If you're so eager to die, be my guest. I end my turn.
Okay. With its points, it is going to deploy 2 more mobile suits. It is then going to give specific orders to have this GM go after Hassan, and then this one to go after the Dovin Wolf. As it is going to move. Well, that's easy enough to get in there. They're not even playing games. These are just going straight in with beam sabers. What did I roll for beam sabers? I think it was +5. Because beam sabers don't mess around. That's enough to hit Hassan. And that is enough to hit Nicole. Now, damage, I believe, was fairly decent. It was 2d12. Hassan takes a heavy hit. As the beam saber slashes into him, you can see a lot of sparks fly out. But it Hassan immediately flipping the axe. He doesn't look like he's ready to just die right quite yet. However,
now you decide to roll high. Now do you decide?
Yeah, yeah. Nicole, you can see as your gaze from the monitor goes back down to the battlefield, you see right where the Dovin Wolf would be an explosion.
Fuck! God
and
damn it, Weiss!
With remaining points, you can see the ship starts moving. And that's why it's going to end his turn.
I look at the captain.
He's not there anymore.
Oh, he's not there.
You don't know when, but he looks like he stepped out.
Gotta take cool. God damn it. I'm spending every single point to just shoot at the other ship.
Understood?
So that's 6 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Only 2 of those hit.
And that's
Okay, 16 damage. It looks rough.
You had your chance. But now, of course. Freaking stupid war. And that's my turn.
Okay. I'm going to start off with this GM who...
Wait, did Hassan?
Oh, right. Hassan needs to do his thing. I'm going to have him do his thing first. Let's see what he can muster. He's a good old boy. Yeah, he's going to mess up this GM is what he's going to do. You die now.
Yeah, that's die.
He just cleaves into the GM as if like swatting a fly, just letting the explosion happen directly in front of his face. He is not messing around. The damage that his Zaku 3 has taken is enough that he is in a very weakened state, but he is going to try to reroute and go after the other GM. And then back onto the other turn. This GM is... I'm gonna roll, see if it actually notices if he's being followed by Hassan. Just casual roll. Yeah, he notices. He will probably then about face and go in for a beam saber attack. That'll hit. And with a quick slash and some movement from the GM kind of moving back, there is another explosion. And with the remaining points, the ship is not going to fire. It is going to move. It is moving closer and closer. It is pointed directly at you. It dawns on you at this moment that it does not intend to make it out of this.
No, that's a ramen.
And at that moment, you get a communications from the captain.
Captain?
Prepared for launch.
Of course. All hands prepare for launch.
It's your turn. What would you like to do, Dan?
Oh, I know where he's launching in, and this is stupid. I don't know what he's thinking about, but sure. Deploying one mobile suit. The heck is that?
That's that is the Sturmjäger.
Oh god. Okay. First things first. I'm in the way if I shoot.
Would it be?
So I should be like here?
Which you could shoot the GM.
I don't know what he's thinking about, but I'll help him, I guess. I'm shooting the GM. Not with that. Let me see. Wait, let me keep track of my points. Let's try that again.
That'll definitely hit.
Oh, it hits? Okay.
That does considerable damage to it. Doesn't kill it, but does damage.
God damn it. No.
No. No.
Oh, that's my turn.
Okay.
That's only damage.
You hear through the intercoms of the entire ship the captain speaking. All hands, abandon ship.
Excuse me, what?
Prepare for evasive maneuvers. Neil, you're coming with me. And the Sturmjäger goes up to where you would be, and you can see through the main frontal window the Sturmjäger staring directly at you. Prepare your evacuation suit. We're going.
Move it, people! Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it!
Yeah, everyone's rushing to their positions at the same time. You know what? Hold on, I need to roll this. It sees a mobile suit, but is it going to engage the mobile suit? No. It's going after the ship. So while this GM is going to beam saber attack your ship, I'm assuming that's what he's gonna hit.
I mean,
yeah. And that is 18, I guess, times 2. That's 32, I believe. 32 damage. Which is considerable. Not a lot, but it's considerable. But
Yeah.
at this time, you've gotten your suit on, and you can see pods already ejecting out into space. And the captain kind of looking over you to you, being like, "There is no time for this right now. Get on!" And he busts the window open.
what the hell, dude?
You can feel a push of, like, all of the, I guess, artificial atmosphere and the oxygen ejecting out from the window. Can you give me a deck save?
10.
Yeah, you lose your footing very quickly. And you go flying. But you are caught very quickly by the Sturmjäger. I can appreciate you getting this thing all set up for me. Now let's get the hell out of here.
Set up!
The cockpit opens up and just deposits you inside. You can see the captain set up in a spacesuit, and he is wielding a bazooka.
What are you doing?
Getting revenge for my ship. Take this thing out of here. A captain always goes down with his ship.
No! You don't need to do that. We already lost way too much important people. I'm not losing you.
You don't get to decide that, Neil.
Oh, god damn it.
You're a good guy. You don't deserve to be a part of this war.
God.
You know what?
do
You fixed her up. She's yours.
What?
She's yours.
But Captain, oh, god damn it. Okay, let's do this before and see if we survive later.
And he hops out of the Sturmjäger,
Thank
and
you.
he's going to fire a rocket at no, not the GM. He's gonna fire at the ship.
Are you insane?
Yes. That's a nat 1. Ooh. Ooh. All right, Luis. You can decide a fate here, high or low.
Hi. high and very high.
It jams. It doesn't explode. It just jams. Son of a bitch! I made a cool speech and everything. But it's the enemy's turn now. So, points are now to the wind. Now, because you are no longer in control of the ship. You have the Sturmjäger, and that is it. The GM, I'm going to again roll and see if it notices what's going on. It does not. It is a stupid thing. It is just going to continuously, like, just start wailing on the ship, which, by this point, has no one in it. But this ship is going to start looming in. Before you get sandwiched between two ships, what would you like to do?
Okay. So I'm gonna I have an idea. I'm closing the cockpit because it's open.
Yep.
I'm moving towards the captain.
Okay.
I'm grabbing him. And I'm gonna land on the enemy's ship, the bridge.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hail the captain out like he has a clear shot at the bridge with a bazooka.
That's a good plan. Let's work with that. That'll hit. Let's see, what's a point-blank bazooka do for damage?
Well,
the
it's
answer's
not
probably
point blank. I'm not putting him in harm's way.
almost point-blank. I'm guessing you're aiming at the bridge.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, Luis, would you, like to know how much HP this ship currently has?
How much?
21. That is enough to completely... Almost like if you've ever seen, you know, Gundam Zeta, Char firing that rocket, and that huge explosion. That's basically what's just happened here.
That's perfect analogy for what's happening. It's just instead of Char flying up, it's me with a man on my hand.
Yeah. Your tiny little pocket rocket launcher as it fires directly into the window shield, and there's a massive eruption.
Also, get out of dodge.
Yeah. And then we will snap back to reality. It is present time. UC 97. Neil, you are floating in a little hub capsule, like a little, essentially the equivalent of like a hotel room. It's small. You know that you're a bit past due on, you know, paying for gravity and lights. Water still works. But you're just kind of wallowing a bit. And you hear a knock on your door.
Okay. Who is it?
You don't hear an answer.
I swear to God. I look down out of the people.
You see a lot of green.
It is that dark, sludgy green, isn't it?
You're not sure.
I open the door slowly.
You see a green, bushy-haired individual. I will put his token on screen, and I'll blow it up for you to see. Who is dressed in a suit, with like some cufflinks, and he looks like he has like a document in his hand. He goes, "Howdy there, Neil Burrell.
Yep, that's me.
Absolute fan of your work. I've heard a lot about you."
Fan of my work? What?
Let me explain. I'm
Uh-huh.
doing how'd you like a job?
I'm hearing.
I'm working on something. Museum of sorts, and a couple of the mobile suits that are being brought in. I feel like you could assist in patching them up a little bit and making them presentable. It kind of fastens his folder and kind of hands it off to you. Additionally, Earth Federation has given us a couple of antiques that I'm sure you'd be more than willing to work on.
Okay. You have my curiosity, now you have my attention. Gets the document.
You open the folder, and you see one ORX-005 Goplant TR5, an RX-124 Gundam TR6 Woundwort, an MSO9R Rick Dom, a GM Type C High Mobility Type, a Gun Tank Early Type, and several balls. Additionally, near the end of the document, you do see a couple of like scribblings and things like that involving what looks like a upside down green pyramid. And there's some text there. It looks like a more of a classified document. But as you're looking it over, you do notice that it gives reference to one Isaac Masood.
Really?
Just figured that it'd be something you're interested in. No, I heard about everything that happened back during the whole Titans situation and figured what better person to bring on board for this museum than someone who was involved in, when these machines were first made.
Oh, you have no idea how many memories and displeasures this brings me. At the same time, yeah, this will kind of were part of everything. Happy to see that there are a couple of them still lying around.
Some of the last ones, especially that gun tank. Apparently it's like the only one left around.
Yeah, I have no clue how the thing is working. Because for the love of me, I didn't even barely got my hands on a normal one, like the production ones.
Federation's bringing an entire detail, apparently security, to make sure that it's doesn't get tampered with, is what they said.
I mean, can you tamper with one of those? Like, what can you even do with one of those?
I wouldn't know.
I mean, I think it doesn't even have a Minovsky particle reactor.
I don't really know all that mumbo jumbo, but you in? I can guarantee at least that the pay is He kind of leans in. Substantial.
I mean, if you want a technician for something of this age, of course you need hefty pay. This is not something that everyone knows how to use and repair. Especially that TR6. Jesus.
Sounds great. Tell you what, I've got all of them coming in on a shipment that is heading for the site in a couple of days. If you want, we can get some payments started real quick. And if you want to hop on that flight and tune them up a bit and make them presentable, we can get something going.
Oh boy, you seemingly know what to say to me. Let me pack my stuff.
I like the sound of that. By the way, yeah, why not? Name's Louis Nander.
No, nice to meet you, Louis.
And that is where we'll end our session. Thank you all. Bye-bye.